we have a special person we're going to talk about from the Old Testament. You all know him. His name is Joseph. Well, Joseph had a father. His name was Jacob. Jacob had ventured into a part of the country over toward his uncle Laban, which is his mother's brother, to be with them. Laban had two daughters. One was Lynch, which is the oldest one. The other one was Rachel. Well, Jacob worked for Laban, helping with the herds, the goats, and the sheep. And so finally, it all happened. He married Lynch and Rachel, which is the two daughters. He married them, but they were there, I guess, an average of about 20 years. And everything went good, but then after a multitude of time, the flock's multitude, they got increased. There was something happened between Laban and Jacob that didn't go so good, and Jacob adventured, took his flock, took his sheep, the goats are what the ones that he had, the livestock, I would say, and that he went into another part of the land, settling in the land of Canaan with his tents. And there he made his abode. Now, Lynch had 10 sons. Jacob was the father. Rachel, she couldn't have no children. She didn't have none. Oh, Jacob, honey, I can't. I want some children. I ain't got no children. I ain't got no children. I, you know what? Jacob probably said, "Hey, now don't blame me. It's not my fault. That's God's business." Yeah, you could call that God's business. Whatever God wants, you need to accept it, or it's His will. What He does and what He don't do, that's the way God wants it. So she prayed. She prayed, asked the Lord, God in heaven, Lord, I wish I had some children. I want some children. My sister's got 10 boys and a girl, Diane. I don't know what happened. She wandered out somewheres, got lined up with some source, but she's not in the picture. And so it all took place. She prayed, prayed, prayed. That's like praying without ceasing, right? It does the job. So finally, later on, she had a little boy. His name was Joseph. Well, Joseph grew up, was growing, and then Rachel had another little boy, Benjamin. After Benjamin was born, somewhere in time, Rachel died. And so it was Jacob, his wife, Jacob, I would say his wife, Jacob, his boys, and his handmaids, and the ones that was with him, who I don't know, whatever, but that was all together. But Joseph was special because he was born in Jacob's latter years. And so it all took place that Jacob loved Joseph. That's my boy. That's my boy. He had such a love, a concern for. I bet the other brothers wondered. Well, it seems like he loves Joseph more than he does us. I don't know. Well, they had grown up, and they was tending to the sheep and the flock out toward the area toward Shechem is a land where they took their herds and they was tending to them, but Joseph was around Jacob so much, and I believe Joseph stood on the boundaries of what his father taught from the word, what God said, what God this, God that. That's where we need to be. He was around his father so much he just took right in with every points that his father's teachings. See, the closer you are to God, the more God will deal with you. So it all so happened. One night, Joseph had a dream. It was good. Where the stars all bowed down to his star. Sounded good. Oh, yeah. Thank you, oh God. And then all the other sheaves bowed down to his sheaf. A sheaf was like a bundle of hay, which the way they did it in those days. He said, hey, excited. He said, oh, I'm going to tell my brothers about this. This is great. I had a dream. I said, yeah. Joseph, tell us. Well, what was it? What? Oh, they was anxious to hear it. He said, yeah, see, your star has bowed down to my star. Huh? Oh, and your sheaves bow down to my sheep. Us, you think we're going to bow down to you? Oh, uh, it's kind of funny, I guess. But they're thinking about it. Well, it's no big deal. And deep inside, they didn't want to hear all that stuff. Joseph I think he thinks he's better than we are. Because he's with his father. It was prejudice, jealousy. Because they knew what was happening and they knew how it was. Could have all set in jealousy, prejudice, reaction to something. We don't know. And so he said, well, I'm going to go tell my father now. Oh, father. Yeah, son. I had some dreams. He told his dream to his father, just like he told his brothers. He said, what? Son, don't talk that way. You're no better than anybody else. No. But but Joseph believed his dreams. So his father rebuked him. I don't want to hear that. Deep inside, I'm sure his father could have pondered it and thought of it. Well, as time passed, he said, well, I tell you what, I love you so much, son. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make you a coat of many colors. Oh, okay. Thank you, Father. Thank you. Showing his appreciation. And it all happened. The day come. Jacob went to him and said, son, I want you to do an errand for me. Yeah. I want you to go check on your brothers. See how they're doing. And bring me back a report. Okay. So we made his trip to Shechem. That's where they were supposed to be. So he went there. He kind of looked around. He didn't see nobody. But there's a man there. Yeah. The man asked him, whom seek you? Oh, my brothers, said Joseph. Oh, well, I heard him talking about that. Overheard him say that they was going to Dothan. Well, thank you. So Joseph made his flight, made his go. So he went. On the way, finally, as the brothers saw from afar off. Oh, there comes Joseph, our brother. There's the dreamer. He's come to tell us. Oh, they didn't want to. So they all got together. They had that weird feeling inside, negative feeling you might call. We weren't willing to be around us. Cause they was prejudiced. They was jealous. They was, oh, that's our father's boy. Boy, our father. I believe our father thinks more of him than he does us. I tell you, we're gonna we're gonna kill him. Reuben heard him. He said, wait. Don't kill him. Your blood will be on, his blood will be on your hands. And you know that's not right. Kill your own brother. You know what it said? Thou shalt not kill. I'm sure they talked about all of that. No, don't do that. Put him in the hole over there. Put him in there's a pit over there. Put him down in it. It's a dry pit. Okay, that's a good idea. And so they took him because I think Reuben had it in mind that he was going to, after they probably went to sleep or anything like that, he would pull him out at night and send him back home. Well, they was all there, sitting there. Reuben might not have been around at the time, we don't know, because the Ishmaelites, I think it was coming that way on their camels, had spices and everything. They was headed toward Egypt to sell their stuff. Oh, let's ask them. Well, they take Joseph as a slave. Maybe they'll buy him from us. Okay, he can be taken to Egypt. So they asked him. Sure enough, they took him. They bought him 20 pieces of silver, which is like $2,560 in our money. So they got him. They made their journey on. While they was making their journey on back, the brothers had the clue. Said, what we gonna do? Oh, we're gonna kill one of the kids. The baby flocks, one of the baby sheep or goats, whatever, and put blood on it. And then take him over and tell our father that we found it on the way. Animal killed him. Okay. So that's what we'll do. Reuben coming back probably found. Where's Joseph at? He's not in the hole. Oh, they told him. They probably told him about it. Well, Reuben probably said, well, at least he's alive. I think deep inside, Reuben had a little more respect for Joseph than the others did. But anyway, because Reuben had brought up some good suggestions, to help his little brother out, Joseph. But anyway, so they did that. They got back their father, Jacob. They said, "And we found this. Got to see the blood on it." Oh my goodness! An animal's Jacob said, "An animal's killed my son. Man, they done eat him, but now I guess so." But now we going over to Egypt. So they finally arrived to Potiphar. We have Joseph here. We'll take him as a slave. It's fine. Potiphar could have been using him for a servant or whatever. Well, Potiphar took him. And then it all worked out that later on, Potiphar saw that Joseph was smart, man. He's smart. He said to him, "I'm going to put you over my house helped tend to everything. You see, God was with Joseph. I'm going to put you over myself, over my self-centered stuff, my house. And I trust you. Right? Now we don't know what span it was, how long he was, how long he was in with the different sources he was in, but still, no matter what, God was with him. God always lifted him up. So everything went well. And so there was the lady, which I believe was Potiphar's wife. She kept her eye on Joseph. He looked good. Boy's a handsome feller. And she was one of the most beautiful ladies. In our day, you know what some men would call her? Oh, she's cute. She's real enticing, you know. Well, whatever. But she was one of the most beautiful ladies there, right there, in that area. Fair, good. So she came up to him with such a sweet voice. Said, Joseph, will you lie with me? I don't have to tell my husband. I just made this a dramatic scene now. I don't have to tell nobody. We can go ahead and do this. I won't tell my father. I won't tell my husband about it. You're such a... She'd probably give him all kind of enticing words. And you're Joseph. He's a man, human being. He probably, all his stuff went through his head. Like back and forth. It kind of sounded right in the natural. But now he said, no. I'm to live a pure life. I'm going to live a pure life for God. This is not right. This is evil. He plainly let us know that, no, I'm going to be true to God. He stood on his grounds. That's the way we all should be. No matter what happens, we should stand on our grounds. Well, what happened? She grabbed on and he got away. She kept his coat with her. So she screamed, trying to make a scene out of it. Somebody said, yeah, what is it? Oh, Joseph, he tried to rape me. I screamed, he got away. Surprising to Potiphar. You mean he'd be that way? But he got angry. And Joseph, we're going to put you in prison, man. We're going to put you in prison. So Potiphar took Joseph to the jailer. Said, here, take him, put him in prison. The circumstances of what took place. Well, the jailer said, all right, he took Joseph. As time passed, he realized Joseph was smart, he was trustworthy, he was honest, he was good-hearted. So he said, I'm going to put you in, you will tend to the other prisoners. So the jailer lifted him, made more unto him. You see, God was with him. You see, if God is with you, he's going to lift you up. If something happens, God will lift you up to a point as it is his will to lift you. He's not going to lift you no more than he has in mind to lift you. But it's a fulfillment. If God is with you, he's going to lift you some way that others will respect what you are. Well, he was in prison. There was two others in there with him. One was a butler and one was the baker. Well, as he's waiting on everything, one morning he woke up, he went in there to see. Oh, wanted to see, what was it? And he could tell the butler was worried, sitting there concentrating, thinking about things. But he was worried about what, because the butler had a dream that night. And he was wondering what the dream meant. Joseph looking at him said, what you worried about? Butler told him, oh, tell me. All interpretations come from God. Tell me what your dream was, and I'll tell you what it meant. God would show me what it's all about. Oh, that was great, the butler thought. What my dream was, the butler said, this is my dream. I dreamed that the grapevine came up. It had 3 branches, and on each branch was a pod of grapes. And I squeezed them, the juice, into Pharaoh's cup and handed it to him. Joseph told him, in 3 days you shall be released, and you'll go back to your service with Pharaoh. And so that sounded so good. But here comes the baker now. He said, well, I had a dream too. Oh, you had a dream also? Yeah. I want you to tell me what my dream meant. Sure, he was looking for something good, wasn't he? Every time I think about this, excuse me, love my manners, I always use my politeness. Getting with the point, he said, yeah, my dream was this. Joseph was listening. The baker said, I had 3 white, on top of my head, 3 pots or baskets, white baskets on my head. And on the top basket was food. Well, there was food in all 3 of them, I'm sure. Taking them to Pharaoh, from what is understood, the birds came and ate the food out of the top basket. Joseph told him the 3 baskets are that's on top of your head. 3 days you shall be released. And Pharaoh will hang you. Well, I feel sorry for the guy. I bet you the baker wished he had never told Joseph his dream. But he had the truth is welcome, right? You'll be hung on a tree in 3 days. But anyway, Joseph looked at the butler. And now, when you are released, you tell Pharaoh what we did and what we can do. You tell Pharaoh that I want out of this place. All right. So I'm sure the butler was so happy and excited that knowing he was released. He's back in the service for Pharaoh. He probably forgot all about it because he never mentioned it. Now, about 2 years had passed. Well, I'm sure. See, the thing about it is, here Joseph is. Where Joseph is, he's in prison. And everything was cut out from him. He didn't have nothing to lean to. He couldn't witness no family. He couldn't witness nobody he could be a part of. But only God was with him. He couldn't find nothing that would fit in with him. So the 2 years had passed, as I said. So what happened was Pharaoh had a dream. Some dreams. So he dreamed 7 fat cows come out of the river, healthy. Then there were 7 skinny and unhealthy cows that came out of the river. And they ate the 7 fat cows. Strange, I'm sure. Then it was like a repeat on the fact. 7 stalks of corn came up that was healthy, full of health. The ears of corn was healthy. And then 7 unhealthy stalks of corn came up with unhealthy great ears of corn. They eat up the healthy corn. And so woke up. He was troubled. He knew it meant something other because they were similar. So we call it the magicians, the soothsayers, and the ones that was over. All of them tell me what it meant. What does these dreams mean? He said, well, Pharaoh, we don't know. We can't say anything. We don't know what they mean. Oh, that stirred Pharaoh. It made him angry. It made him upset. From what I understood, he said, because of this, you're going to be put to death. I don't know what happened then, but then it all clicked in the butler's mind. He remembered the last. Oh, he said, Pharaoh, when I was in prison, I know that the guy, he'll tell you what your dreams was. Huh? I know, Joseph, he'll tell you what the dreams were. Because he told me mine and the baker's. And it happened just that way. Joseph looked over and said, told the guard, go get him. The guard came up to the jail. I said, all right, Joseph, we're going to let you go, man. Get yourself together. Get yourself ready. Fix yourself up. You're going to stand before Pharaoh. Okay. So he's standing before Pharaoh. Pharaoh told him the dreams. How about that? Just what we had repeated. Pharaoh told him the dreams. Joseph told him, he says, all interpretations come from God. He will show me what they mean. And so he told him. Joseph told him, you're going to have 7 years of plenty. Complete, plentiful crop. And then you're going to have 7 years of famine in this land. Select you a man that's full of wisdom and wise that can carry this out. To go in the land and get all the good stuff, all the food, all the corn, all the grain, everything, store it all up. Going to take a 1/5 part of Egypt to make storages to put the food in. And then select some officers to see about everything. That's what you will need. Pharaoh looked at him and says, who can we find anyone? God has given him the interpretation of these dreams. Who can we find a man any better? Joseph, I will put you in charge of this. So Pharaoh took his ring off and put it on Joseph. Took the golden necklace, put it around his neck, clothed him with royal garment. Yes, you're going to be the one in charge. They're going to do what you say do to get everything together. That was great. So Joseph wound up getting in the chariot. He went into all parts of Egypt, getting everything together, putting everything in its place, getting everything set up, because he knew. Well, Pharaoh knew that God was leading him. Did Pharaoh come to God? I hope he did. If he did, I'll see him in glory. But anyway, what it was, he realized that Joseph had God in his life, and God was going to lead him to how to get things done. So Pharaoh trusted Joseph. And so everything happened. Everything was together like it was supposed to be. 7 years of plenty had come and gone. Then the 7 years of famine started. People was coming from every other parts of the world, all the nations, every other place, buying food. They needed food. They had nothing out there. So because of what Joseph was doing, people was being assisted. Every other place, looking for food, buying food for their survival. Back in Canaan, Jacob told his sons, said, well, I tell you, there's food in Egypt. Plenty of food there. We need it, or we will die. Go, take your baskets, your camels, or whatever go to Egypt and get food for us. So they made their journey. There Joseph, he was there. They came in. He knew who they were, but they didn't know him. He said, spoke to them as they bowed down before him. He said, where are you from? He said, oh, we're from Canaan. Joseph used his rough words. You are spies to come to check the land out. No, we're not. We're not. It's just us. Do you have any younger brothers? You have a younger brother? Oh yeah, yes, we got one at home. See, it's just us 10. Then we got a younger brother at home, and then one is not because an animal killed him. I said, well, I'm gonna lock you all up. Huh? You're spies. To prove yourself, I'm gonna lock you up. And one of you can go back and get your younger brother. Tell your father you need to bring him back with you. I'm going to lock you. So, but then, first they would all of them are going to be locked up. Then one would be sent back. Or I don't know how that went exactly. But anyway, after 3 days, they were released. So, well, if you're true, I'm going to lock one of you up, which was Simon. You other 9, go back to your father where you came from and bring back your younger brother. But then he told his servants, go fill their bags up with food. They're going to probably go back the next morning. Fill their bags up with food. And sure, put their money back in their bags. Okay. See, Joseph had to say so. And so they went back. Simon was locked up. The other 9 went back. Judah was one of them. Telling her father, oh, we come back. We got this stuff. But then they found out the money was there. Oh, what happened? Look, I don't know what happened. Well, they was honest about it. They didn't mess with it. So Jacob, father, yeah, we got to take Benjamin back with us. No, not so. That's the only one I got now. From Rachel, he's the only one left. The other one was killed by an animal. Now I'm not letting him go. Benjamin, no. That's out of the question. Forget about it. Judah got talking with him. Says, well, father, if we don't, in fact, why? Jacob asked him, why did you tell him that you had a younger brother? Oh, well, he asked us. We can't lie. They can't lie about it. Yeah, we told him, yes, we got it. Go get it. And Father, if you don't allow us to take Benjamin back with us, we're not going back. But we all need food here. So this is the only way we're going to do it. Jacob finally. Okay. All right. Go ahead. So Jacob finally gave in. Went, go ahead and take him. So he went back. Joseph was there. They bowed down before him. Joseph remembered his dream. See how it fit. Their stars bowed down to his star. He remembered the dream. But anyway, they come in and said, he looked. He saw, well, you see, when they left the first time, Joseph had to get to a place to sit and cry. I'm sure he cried and asked God, what, Lord, how will we do this? But he cried because he knew who they were. Well, you see, that was then. Now it's back again. They come back this time. And says, point him out, says, is that your younger brother? Yeah. Who is there? So he told the servants, go to my house. Kill. Slay. It's like the fatted calf, I guess. You make ready for the meals. They will eat at my house tonight. said, yeah. So they were there. So as they came through, as the brothers came through to enter in, they saw the steward. He told them, they was worried. They didn't know what in the world was going to happen. What's going on? They were upset because here the money was left. He said, this steward, he said, hey, look, we're back. The money was in our bag the first time we came. When we left, we realized the money was in the bag, and we brought double the amount now. I don't know who put it in our bags, but our money was there. The steward said, God has blessed you. I had the money. Well, that's what he said. God has blessed you. And we have a present. We also, we want to give to this man that's in charge. So they finally walked on in, give the present to the man, which we know is Joseph. They didn't know it, of course, you see. And so said, oh, everyone have a seat. So they were all served, from the oldest one down to the youngest one. But Benjamin received more food than the rest of them. They wondered, why is this? Well, they went ahead with their food, everything. Told them, hey, build their bags up again. Put the money back in the bags. Put the silver cup in Benjamin's bag. Oh, this is so. They did that. They had their food, they enjoyed it, they talked. Then Joseph asked them about their welfare. Was their father alive? How it was like. They had a discussion. So they know. But then they said, okay, they left the next morning. Headed back, going to their. And so what happened was they got there and they started, as they started on their journey, Joseph, after they got a little piece, Joseph said, go round them up and bring them back. Tell them to check their bags. It's all planned. They didn't know it. But this was something. When they checked the bags, found that the one that had the silver cup, they will die. And he happened to be in Benjamin's bag. He said, oh, this. Well, they realized it. They just rent their clothes right there. Oh, God, what you doing to us? What's happening? We having to pay for what we've done wrong before. Well, why is this happening to us? You know, you're punishing us because of what you punishing us, oh God, because of everything we did in the past. Oh God. And Benjamin can't die. Get your stuff and bring it back. He stood before him. He looked down and says, why have you done this? That is evil. Benjamin said, if your younger brother, he had the silver cup. They knew they hadn't done anything, really. He'll be my servant. You all can go back home. Oh, and Judah, I think it was he spoke up and said, look, this and that, and the other, make all kind of excuses and all kind of stuff. But all kind of expressions. He was worried. He was upset. Look, why is this all happening to us? We don't know anything about it. What's happening? What's happening? And finally, Joseph, he turned around. Went back. He broke over, started crying. Even Pharaoh and his other Egyptians, they heard him cry. went up to him, looked at him. I am Joseph, your brother. That they didn't know what to think. They didn't have nothing to say. They were so shocked. Is my father okay? Go back to your houses, your tents. Well, supply wagons. Get all your stuff there in Canaan. Bring it all back here. You will settle in Gothen, which is a part of Egypt. And I'll see that you're nourished. You'll have everything you need. You'll be with me. You'll have all the good stuff. So then they realized it would make haste and go. They took to Pharaoh like this, man. He said, this is great. Went and got all his family and all their belongings and everything. They got down there and they told Jacob come out. And they went in there where Jacob was. Father, guess what? Joseph is alive. Huh? Me? He has told us to come and get everything and bring it back. He is the ruler in Egypt. He went out and he looked out the tent. He saw all the wagons and stuff. We come to bring everything back. I said, you don't have to say no more now. I know it. They all took their journey. And they left. Back into Egypt. Bringing his family from Canaan. Bringing it all back to Egypt. And so it all happened. It was great. Joseph was an example. He represented Jesus Christ. Jesus will come and get us out of this spiritual land of starvation and bring us into the land of plenty, which is heaven. That is like the rapture of the church. That is the message. The life of Joseph. It is wonderful.